In a chaotic, high-stakes Ultimate X-style Money in the Bank ladder match, with the briefcase suspended above the ring like TNA's Ultimate X, the arena lights dimmed to a haunting red and green glow. The crowd erupted as Murphy made her entrance. She emerged like an acrobat in a dark arena, moving with fluid, unpredictable energy. The bell rang. Murphy and Holmes, her rival, immediately went to war. They traded heavy blows and finishers back and forth, crashing into barriers, slamming each other through tables, and using chairs and weapons with reckless abandon. Murphy's athleticism shone as she flipped and flew around the ring. The match reached its climax as both women climbed the ropes toward the hanging briefcase. Holmes reached the X structure first. Murphy, showing incredible ring awareness, climbed back into the ring, sprinted forward, and hit a running double kick, kicking Holmes hard and forcing her to lose her grip and fall from the ropes. Murphy then climbed the ropes herself. As Holmes recovered and tried to intercept, Murphy grabbed her, positioned her perfectly, and executed a breathtaking backflip from the top rope, crashing both of them down to the arena floor in a high-risk spot. The fight spilled everywhere. Weapons, chairs, tables, announce desk. Murphy hit a stunning backflip onto Holmes through the announce table from the outside. The pace was frantic, flips, strikes, and big spots coming one after another. It looked like Murphy was moments away from victory. She climbed high and reached for the briefcase. That's when Holmes's posse stormed the ring and interfered, brutally beating Murphy down. Murphy fought back valiantly, shoving them off with everything she had. Her Joker face paint was smeared, half of it wiped away, especially around her mouth and one eye, giving her an even more unhinged appearance. Blood trickled from her head. Despite the numbers disadvantage, Murphy kept fighting. But Holmes capitalized. She hit her devastating finisher, the bullet, driving her elbow with full force into Murphy's face, knocking her out cold. Holmes then climbed up, retrieved the briefcase, and stood tall as the winner. She held the prize high, looking down at Murphy sprawled on the mat. Murphy, battered and bleeding, slowly lifted her head. Their eyes met. A smirk crept across Murphy's half-painted face. And then she began to laugh. That signature, chilling, unhinged Joker laugh. The screen faded to black on Murphy's defiant, laughing expression. Saturday night again. It showed strong on the Saturday night show. In the locker room, Holmes is bragging about her victory to the press, surrounded by her posse. Yeah, well, I knew that clown face joke never had a chance to beat me with or without that new gimmick or whatever crap she puts on. One of them asks, "Where do you think she is? Where do you think Murphy is?" Holmes smirks. Probably running, tucking her tail home, going back to that frail, fragile company that honestly would accept pussies pretending to be warriors in this arena. That's when it cuts to a car pulling up outside the arena. It's Murphy, still in full clown face paint, wearing her signature jacket. She steps out, reaches in, and pulls out a revolver. She starts walking with purpose. Some people spot her and the gun immediately and begin backing away. Others freak out or try to calm her down. Murphy points the gun at them and scares them off. She knows exactly where she's going. She walks through the halls, then kicks down the door to Holmes's locker room. She bursts in and points the gun right at her. Everyone in the room drops to the floor. Murphy yells, "Get on the effing ground!" Holmes is terrified. Her posse tries to intervene, but Murphy swings the gun their way. They immediately throw their hands up. "I don't want any trouble. Calm down." Murphy stares at Holmes. "You come here." Holmes hesitates. Murphy's voice turns ice cold. "If you don't want your brains and your career to end tonight, I suggest you do exactly what I say." At gunpoint, Murphy forces Holmes out of the locker room and drags her toward the arena. The fans go absolutely crazy and wild as they appear. Murphy shoves Holmes into the ring, points the gun at her again, and orders her to the floor. Holmes is still clutching her briefcase. Murphy demands, "Stay in front of the crowd. I want you to beg. I want you to say it loud and clear. I, Holmes, give you my contract to wrestle Michelle Knight. I hand over my contract. I hand over my opportunity to you." Crying, on her back with her hands up, Holmes repeats the words exactly as commanded. Murphy continues, "Now hand over the briefcase and say you earned it." Still sobbing, Holmes complies and says the line. Murphy stands over her, briefcase in hand. "I feel like I got what I wanted. But damn, Holmes, you gotta know me better than that. I'm gonna blow your brains off anyways." She laughs maniacally, points the gun directly in Holmes's face, and says, "Okay, count the lights out. 1, 2. She pulls the trigger. Click. No bullets. It's a water pistol. A powerful stream of water shoots into Holmes's shocked face. Murphy bursts out laughing while Holmes lies there confused and drenched. Before Holmes can react or get up, Murphy pistol whips her hard with the realistic-looking fake gun. She beats her down repeatedly on the mat. Murphy then Irish whips her into the ropes and hits a clothesline that sends Holmes tumbling out of the ring. She grabs a steel chair and starts smashing it over Holmes again and again. Finally, Murphy places Holmes' head on the steel steps, grabs the chair, and delivers a brutal shot right to the head, leaving Holmes motionless. Murphy stands tall, holding the stolen contract. The fans are booing loudly as she laughs and taunts the crowd. Are you not entertained? And that's how it went down on Saturday night. The arena lights dim as Michelle steps into the ring, championship belt over her shoulder. She raises the mic with a serious expression. Michelle, later tonight, my former friend, now a crazy enemy or frenemy, honestly, I can't even tell at this point, is going to be my opponent. I admit what you did to Holmes was effective. I don't blame you for doing what you did. But I'm not going easy on you just because you used to be my friend. I've got to do what I got to do to stay on top of this business and keep holding this championship. She lifts the title high, letting it catch the lights. What you once were isn't what you are anymore. Suddenly, Murphy's music hits. The crowd reacts as Murphy walks out with purpose, mic already in hand. She enters the ring and stares Michelle down. Murphy. Michelle, 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 she says the nickname with a mocking edge. Yeah, I did what I had to do to win this belt. Holmes and the rest of them, they were collateral damage, cannon fodder. Anyone who got in my way got dealt with. I really wish that gun was real so I could have blown it off her face. But honestly, watching her cry, squirm, and see real fear in her eyes, that was satisfying. She finally felt exactly what I felt when I was locked in that room and mentally tormented. Now she knows. And if she wants vengeance, I'll be waiting. But let's get back to you and me. I will do whatever it takes to take that belt away from you. Just like you took our friendship away when you turned your back and never looked back. You didn't even question the video. You didn't question the framing or the stabbing. After everything we'd been through, after we became friends, like family, like sisters, you instantly believed that footage. You believed our rivals over me? That hurt more than you'll ever know. Do I have something against you? You're damn right I do. An apology and making up isn't enough. I want more. I want to beat the living crap out of you so you can feel exactly what you made me feel. And I'm going to enjoy every single second of it. Michelle. I'm not going to hold back either. I'd rather be a champion who does whatever it takes than someone who clings to a crazy maniac who's watched too many Joker movies. I'd rather lose our friendship than keep pretending this, whatever this has become, is okay. Good luck in our match. Michelle turns to leave. As she does, Murphy suddenly attacks from behind, striking her repeatedly. Michelle spins around, pulls Murphy down, and the two explode into a wild brawl, trading punches, hair pulling and grappling across the ring. Officials and security rush in, struggling to separate the two raging women. Both continue fighting to get at each other as they're dragged apart. Murphy is eventually hauled out of the ring and pushed toward the backstage area while still shouting and struggling. The segment ends with the crowd buzzing as the show cuts to commercial.